Live as we kick off, I cannot believe our 8th annual Healthcare Week, and we kick it off from Liberty HealthShare. And I will tell you, I'm going to introduce you to a man you may recognize because I think, well, this will be the third time that you and I have joined on the radio, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, and this is Dorsey Morrow, who is the Chief Executive Officer of Liberty HealthShare. So I'm proud to be here to kick off our great week of a lot of good information, so welcome.
Thank you, ma'am. It's exciting to be here.
I'm so happy to see you in person, first of all.
Indeed.
Yes, and also to see your facility here, and this is a great way for people to find out more about what you guys do and what you're all about.
Thank you, ma'am. Yes, we're excited to have you here. And again, it's great to just see you in person.
Yeah, we've done the Zoom thing a couple of times, and that's worked out great, but let's start off talking just about, health sharing and, where you fit in all of that. And I mean, just with everything the way healthcare is today, how do you guys fit into all of that?
Absolutely. Healthcare here in the U.S. is sort of, it's in a unique position right now because we spend more on healthcare than any other nation in the world. We spend more than twice the next closest. We spend, on average, about $12,500 per person in the U.S. Germany is the next closest, and they spend just barely $6,000. Our administrative costs, 3 times what any other country. It's just out of hand. Health sharing, I think, is that opportunity for us to take control of our healthcare costs and take control of our healthcare in general. One of the things that we like here at Liberty is that our members are engaged in their procedures. They're engaged with their cost. There is no middleman. There's no insurance company involved. Typically, when you have insurance companies involved, you've got profit, you've got reserves. Sometimes you've got both that they've got to deal with. That there's none of that with health sharing. This is member-to-member sharing. You have a need, I share into it. I have a need, you share into it. There's no middleman adding profit, adding reserves to it. So health sharing really is a wonderful option for a lot of Americans.
And I feel like it's almost a stress-free thing in many ways, because you hear so many people talk about, how they get angst in dealing with insurance companies when it comes to their health care. So I would imagine that would be one reason, but what other reasons would you say are people so attracted to health sharing?
There are 3, we have identified 3 reasons that our members really like being a member of Liberty HealthShare. And first is cost. Of course, a significant cost difference between us and most of the insurance plans that you find out there, again, because you don't have a middleman adding to that administrative overhead. The second reason is control. You're more in control of who you see and where you go to get a procedure done. We like to walk with you hand in hand, helping you to identify who's going to best serve you in that medical need. And then the third is conscience. As a Christian ministry, our members are all Christians. They want to share into those things that fit their conscience, excuse me, and what they find in the Bible. And so cost, control, conscience, we find are the big 3 for our members.
And I always ask you when we speak, because I think it's important, just talk a little bit about how you got involved in all of this, because I think it's important people know that as you lead this company.
Absolutely. My background, I'm an attorney. I've served as a judge in the city of Montgomery, Alabama, and got involved in nonprofit organizations and just really found my passion. And when the CEO position here with Liberty HealthShare came up, I applied for it. It sort of combined a lot of the things that I love to be involved with: law, tech, business, and most of all, my Christian faith. And so this was just the ideal position. I've been here almost 3 years. 3 years next month, as a matter of fact. Loving every minute of it.
What would you say you're most proud of during your time here?
There's so many things. I think probably the one that I would run with would be our ability to listen to our members. You know, we have changed so much about how we operate. We've become more efficient, more effective, and that's been because we go to our members and find out what it is that they need, what brings value to them. We want to make sure that this is the best possible experience they can have when they're in that difficult, situation of, I need health care, I've got a medical situation that I've got to take care of. We work with them both on the financial side as well as, the spiritual side of things and, the mental well-being of it all. In the past 6 months, we've developed 3 programs just because we're listening to our members and getting their feedback on what brings them value.
Yeah, where does that happen?
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, honestly, that's true. And there does seem to be a sense of momentum in all of this, developing the new programs. How did those, you mentioned that it's from the members, and so as you got those ideas, how did you move forward with that?
We like to go out to our membership and we do a survey. We conducted a survey late last year that sort of led to our latest 3 programs. We're getting ready to do another survey for our membership and find out, what more can we be doing? What do we need to change? What do we need to update? What do we need to add? And so we take that nugget of information that we get and we try to develop our programs and make those tweaks, those adjustments, and then we go back and, is this what you're thinking? How does this fit with, your lifestyle? How does this fit with what you're thinking Liberty can do for you? And we get that feedback and refine. It's a refinement process, and it takes us a little while, but once we get that, we implement, and it's been well received on every program that we've developed that way.
So folks who are listening right now, how would they become involved?
Oh, it's really simple. Either give us a call at our phone number, and forgive me, it has slipped my mind, or go to our website at libertyhealthshare.org. And there's all the information there that talks about our programs, how you can become a member, how you can call our sales team, and become a member. Just joining is really simple, really easy.
And I know we'll talk about this a lot. We've got a lot of other guests that we're going to be speaking with throughout the next hour and a half or so. But the process, how does health sharing work? Just so people know. Absolutely.
A great question there, because it is something that's rather unique. Most folks are not familiar with it. But basically, it is a group of people who have similar faith, similar values. They join in and they contribute. So if you and I are members and we are contributing $10 a month, whatever the contribution amount might be, we contribute, and Liberty takes that and then they share that with those other members that do have medical needs at any given time. Say we've been healthy for the past 2 years, we haven't had needs. That money will go to others somebody may have cancer, may have a heart condition, whatever it is. Liberty takes 6 cents out of every dollar to use to basically run the operation, keep the lights on, pay the IT bill, the marketing, the whole 9 yards. We run on 6 cents out of every dollar. The other 94 cents we use to share into those medical bills. And again, there are no reserves. There's no profit here. It's all goes right back out.
Wow, that's pretty amazing. And I would venture to say that when a person calls in to get more information, that they're probably pretty shocked at that.
Exactly. It is. Most nonprofits, the Charity Watchdog says if you're doing anything an administrative rate under 25%, you're doing good. And we're at 6%, so we're very proud of that.
And when the members, have questions and things like that, obviously it's simple for them to be able to contact you. This is not like join up and then...
Yeah, we disappear. Exactly. No, it's quite the opposite. On the other side of this wall is our call center, and we have staff ready to answer any question that you have, whether it's about your contribution amount, whether it's if you're going to see a doctor, who is this doctor? What am I, what's coming up? What should I expect? What about the costs? We help you every step of the way. We are there for you.
I think you make a good point. Right on the other side of this wall, not in another state, another city,
Exactly.
another country, for that matter, right on the other side of this wall, right here in Jackson Township, North
Jackson,
Canton,
yes.
whatever. Yeah, I'm not sure exactly where we are, but we're on Hilsendales, right off of Whipple. So, well, so many things to talk about this morning, and we're going to do that because we're kicking off our 8th annual Healthcare Week here at Liberty HealthShare. We'll take our first break. Dorsey Morrow, Chief Executive Officer, as I said, so great to see you in person.
Same here.
I'm so glad you could sit down and start things off with us. And coming up next, you tell me, Executive Vice President of IT and Operations, Bob Kintig. Very nice. All right, we're going to talk to Bob and find out, because he keeps things rolling on the tech side, right?
He does.
All right.
Wonderful job.
We'll chat with him coming up next. But again, as I said, we'll take our first break, and we will be back with our 8th annual Healthcare Week live from Liberty HealthShare.
This is Larry Hackenberg from the Music Time Machine. Join me and my co-host Jennifer Toussaint as we explore the rich history of music throughout the years. The Music Time Machine, Saturday mornings at 10 and Sunday mornings at 9:30 on News Talk 1480 WHBC. To catch up on past episodes, go to WHBC.com, hit the Listen tab, and climb aboard the Music Time Machine.
Living at the Waterford can be life-affirming, as this reenactment of actual residents can attest.
I'm living at the Waterford. Have been for 3 years now. Wish I could have said it was for 10.
My wife and I chose the Waterford and are glad we did.
I'm not sitting around doing nothing. My life is full, far more than it ever was.
At the Waterford, there's an undercurrent of family connection. We all feel like we belong and can depend on each other.
My children are delighted. They say they're happy to see that their mother is smiling and happy once again. I'm not sitting at home just thinking about the past and wondering where did my life go. I've got a new one.
There's a sharing spirit. You sleep better at night knowing you're in that kind of atmosphere. Management is very helpful and concerned, and there's very individualized help.
When you're ready to retire, consider moving to the Waterford.
Call Yvonne Heron at the Waterford at 330-966-5643 and tell her you're ready to get your secure, relaxed, and improved lifestyle in motion.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm. An important message about your timeshare from Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group.
If you receive an unsolicited phone call or mail piece to discuss selling, renting, or especially canceling your timeshare, don't fall for it. Contact your timeshare resort or Wesley Financial Group for assistance, and I'll send you our timeshare exit information kit free with the straight facts about timeshare cancellation.
Call 800-653-1188. 800-653-1188.
I'm Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. I learned about atrial fibrillation the hard way. My symptoms would come and go. Shortness of breath, fatigue. I kept going. Then I got so lightheaded, I couldn't. My doctor said I have AFib, so I'm about 5 times more likely to have a stroke. Other symptoms, irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain can come and go, but the risk of stroke stays. If you have symptoms, tell a doctor. Visit notimetowait.com.
Sponsored by Bristol-Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
Did you know that feeling sluggish or weighed down could be a sign that your digestive system isn't working at its best? Taking Metamucil every day can help. Metamucil fiber powders help promote your daily digestive health using a plant-based fiber called psyllium. The gelling action of this special fiber traps and removes waste so you can feel lighter and more energetic. Metamucil, promoting digestive health for a better you. Learn more at metamucil.com. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
It's Kenny and JT.
From the class of 2003, James Lofton joining us right now.
I still have 2 plaques from when I played for the Packers. I won the long throw contest. Back-to-back years, 88 and 83 yards.
In the air?
Yes. Now, we had a running start. What do you mean in the air? No, on the ground. It hit, and it rolled.
Well, it's like a drive.
This is not a putt.
This may not be a Vegas residency, but we appreciate you joining us here in Canton, Ohio, because we appreciate it more than Good Morning America or Las Vegas.
I love it. Yeah, I'll take Kenny and JT any day over Las Vegas.
There we go.
This is Pro Football Hall of Famer James Lofton, the Kenny and JT Show on News Talk 1480 WHBC.
We just want to have enough money for retirement.
And travel to visit our grandchildren.
I understand.
That's why at Fisher Investments, we start by getting to know each other, so I can learn about your family, lifestyle, goals and needs, allowing us to tailor your portfolio.
What about commission-based products?
We don't sell those. We're a fiduciary, obligated to act in your best interest.
So how do your management fees work?
We have a simple management fee based on the value of your portfolio. So we do better when you do better.
We appreciate that kind of transparency.
We also check in with you regularly to keep you up to date on the markets and your portfolio.
Well, what other services do you offer?
As a client, you have access to resources on investing, financial planning, estate planning, Social Security, Medicare, and more.
Wow, sounds like Fisher Investments has everything we need.
At Fisher Investments, we're clearly different. Learn more at FisherInvestments.com.
Investing in securities involves the risk of loss.
According to independent studies, AccuWeather has been proven to be the most accurate source of weather forecasts and warnings. In the longest continuous forecast accuracy study comparing AccuWeather to National Weather Service temperature forecasts for Washington, D.C., AccuWeather forecasts have been more accurate in greater than 99% of the months since the study was initiated in January 1998. If you want to be correct most often, AccuWeather is your only solution. Go to AccuWeather.com or download the AccuWeather app in the App Store or Google Play today.
Liberty HealthShare is going the extra mile to make sure you smile with the new Liberty Dental Sharing Program. Add Liberty Dental to your existing Liberty HealthShare membership and enjoy low monthly shares, Class A preventative services shared at 100%, and the freedom to see any licensed dentist of your choosing. Not a Liberty HealthShare member? Join one of 6 excellent sharing programs and add on dental right away. To learn more, visit libertyhealthshare.org/Liberty Dental. Liberty Dental. Just one more reason to smile with Liberty HealthShare.
Download the iHeart, Odyssey, or Radio.com app. Be sure to check out our website daily for the latest at WHBC.com. All right, welcome back to our 8th Annual Health Care Week. I'm Pam Cook, your host all this week, 10 a.m. to noon. Today we are at Liberty HealthShare, and I just want to mention real fast, because this has a lot to do with health, because of the heat that we're having, and we're going to have all this week, temperatures into the mid-90s. Both Massillon and the city of Canton have created their cooling centers. I knew they would end up doing that. City of Canton is opening them in conjunction with Refuge of Hope and also at the J. Babe Stearns Center. So if you are in need of some help, they will be able to help you, and SARTA will give you free rides to those centers. Over in Massillon, it's the health department that is providing cooling center for you. So you can get more information on our website. We'll get that posted for you. All right, we're inside air conditioning, and that's a good thing. That's a good thing right now. And I have with me right now the Executive Vice President of IT and Operations, Bob Kintig. And good morning, Bob. How are you?
Hey, good morning, Pam. Thanks for having us.
Yes, I'm so glad we could be here today. Such really good information, interesting stuff to share with our listeners today. And before we get into some of the things that you're responsible for, tell us a little bit about yourself and how you got into this business.
Yeah, sure. I'm pretty local here to the Stark County area. I actually grew up a little bit south of here in Carroll County, so kind of born and raised in this area. Here at Liberty HealthShare, had a wonderful opportunity in late 2019 to come and join the organization to kind of oversee their IT operations as they began to expand into some different areas, and got involved in that. It's been a wonderful organization to work for, and we've been doing a lot of great things here in the sharing community to help grow our memberships and bring the medical savings to all of our members.
Yes, very unique, and like I said, carrying a lot of momentum right now, as we can see.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Would definitely agree.
All right, so we were talking with Dorsey about programs and some new programs, one of them being the dental program. How did this program come about?
Yeah, dental sharing is something that we have wanted to do for quite a long time. We have wonderful medical sharing programs for our members, and dental is something that's kind of been on that back burner that we've been exploring. We've been talking to our members about it, on what they would really like to have in a dental sharing program. So over the last year, we just put a lot of effort into really bringing this to fruition. We went with some of our members. We did some surveys. By far, there was a huge interest in dental sharing. So we really put a nice sharing program together for dental, and we've introduced that to our members and prospective members, and it's going over very well.
Yeah, I would say people are always interested because taking care of your teeth, number one, is very important, but also can be costly, right?
Absolutely. Just last week I was at my wonderful checkup with the dentist, and I was lectured on flossing more. So yes, taking care of our teeth is definitely something we need to be very cognizant of.
Were you scared when you were there?
No, I have, since I was a young kid, I have had to have teeth pulled, cavities filled.
Me too.
So they were always like, I was sitting in the chair, and they're like, everything comfortable? I'm like, I'm good. I've gone through this enough times, so I'm good with dental.
My doctor always says he's going to back up a truck of Novocaine to the window so he can take care of me because I'm always such a chicken. But anyway, I digress. I'm sorry.
No problem.
So yeah, that's a great program to have. Obviously, like you said, a lot of people, very interested in that. Talk a little bit about, some of the key features of that program and why you think it's going to be attractive to members.
Yeah, key features of what we put into this. First, just like our medical sharing programs, our members have the opportunity to go visit any licensed dentist of their choice. So we don't lock them into a network or specific dentist. They have open freedom to go to whoever they want. So if they're with their current dentist, they're free to continue to go that. We've also put in there, your three primary categories of preventatives, basics, and right off the bat, your preventative, you're sharing 100%. So from the day that you enroll into our dental sharing, the next day you're able to go get your cleanings, and the other stuff falls right in line with our other sharing opportunities.
Okay. That sounds very, very simple. And you're right. That would be very attractive to people. So what would you consider something as you consider all of this comprehensive when people look at your program?
Yep.
This is a comprehensive coverage for everyone?
Yeah, because it's an extension of what we're doing on the medical side. So with medical, everybody also needs something for dental. You're getting your cleanings twice a year. You're going to have those cavities that come up. You're going to have a root canal that might need to take place. So we really wanted to give our members here at Liberty HealthShare a comprehensive set of sharing programs that expands a little bit beyond just medical. And we're seeing, the success of that. We're already seeing a lot of our new members elect to take that dental sharing when they sign up for our memberships, and existing members are doing the same. We're getting a hefty volume of calls coming in, program changes being made to add that dental sharing program onto their membership.
Do you think that the having the dental maybe brought people who otherwise may not have signed up?
We do,
plans?
And we're definitely seeing that with the calls that are coming in, the questions that come into our website. Dental is important to everybody. When you have families and children, again, cavities come up as they age. You're going to have some issues with those teeth. So I definitely think that we have, tapped into another market in addition to what we offer on the medical side with that dental, and it is definitely bringing people here to Liberty HealthShare.
And is this something that covers just regular dentistry, or is it orthodontics and things
we
like
don't
that?
get into the orthodontics, so you're going to have your preventatives. Again, that's going to be your cleanings, your basics, and then it does get into some major dental services. So if you need to have those root canals or teeth pulled, that's also part of the sharing.
And then when as Dorsey was mentioning, you send the surveys out there, and you get these new programs, and you're always looking for new programs and new ways. How do you make that happen? For you as a person.
Yeah, a lot of work goes into that on the back end, on the IT side, the operations side for sure. So we sit down as a leadership team. We kind of formulate what we want these sharing programs to look like, and then we bring our staff in and we start to go through what's the execution path going to be. How are we going to really bring these to fruition? We get our members engaged, so we make sure that we're delivering the products that are going to meet their needs, give them access to the dentist or the medical professionals that they're going to need to have access to, and really just formulate it all together and then get that information out to our membership or prospective memberships, and off they go.
All right, so if someone wants to find out about this, how do they do that?
Yeah, two ways. Definitely you can call in here to Liberty HealthShare. Our number is 855-585-4237, or visit our website at libertyhealthshare.org. And you will find tons of information out there, not only about our dental sharing program, but also about the medical sharing programs we offer as well.
Awesome stuff. Well, I appreciate you coming and sitting down and chatting with me this morning.
Yeah, I appreciate it as well. Thank you very much.
Thank you. All right, we're going to take a break for the news right now. And when we come back, we're going to talk about the employees of Liberty HealthShare, how nice it is to be one. And also we'll talk about, inside sales, more about the program, how you can sign up, and exactly what HealthShare is. Again, we're broadcasting live during our 8th annual Healthcare Week at Liberty HealthShare right here on Hills and Dales. I'm Pam Cook on News Talk 1480 WHBC.
Spring cleaning starts with clean water. Call Verndale Water Experts and schedule their $49 software checkup and sanitation service. Get pure perfection with Verndale Water Experts.
Tap into Verndale's Water Center.
WHBC AM 10, reliable as ever on News Talk 1480 WHBC.
From the News Talk 1480 WHBC newsroom, one organization is looking to move some operations out of Northeast Ohio. Nordson looking to move its manufacturing operations from Amherst to South Carolina. The company says it's outgrowing the manufacturing footprint in Amherst, and it is landlocked by railroad and residential community, making it hard to expand. If the union approves the move, it would impact 145 jobs. Abortion and reproductive rights remain a big issue among voters, and some state ballots will feature abortion measures in 2024. As of June, states that will have abortion measures on the ballot are Colorado, Florida, Maryland, and South Dakota. Other states attempting to get abortion measures on the ballot are Arizona, Arkansas, Missouri, Montana, Nebraska, Nevada, and New York. Dozens of hikers became violently ill while hiking the Grand Canyon, and authorities say they're not sure why. Victims say they were overcome with fever, vomiting, and diarrhea after visiting some falls at the bottom of the canyon. Some were so sick they had to be airlifted out. Authorities don't know if the illness spread through drinking water, unsanitary hiking conditions, or some other factors. The Cleveland Guardians lost to the Blue Jays 7-6 yesterday. They're coming back home, though. They have the day off today, and then they'll take on Seattle tomorrow night. On Friday night, the Dallas Mavericks showed up before their home crowd to demolish the Boston Celtics, and tonight they go into Game 5. The Celtics hold a 3-1 series lead, and it goes back to Boston. Tip-off set for 8:30. For News Talk 1480 WHBC, I'm Pam Cook.
Your severe weather station, News Talk 1480 WHBC.
Here's your AccuWeather forecast. A heat advisory this afternoon through Friday. It'll be sunny and hot. The high this afternoon at 94. Partly cloudy tonight, low 73. Partly sunny, a hot one tomorrow. A thunderstorm in the afternoon, the high at 93. And then sunny and hot Wednesday, the high 94. For Thursday, it'll be a hot day, the high at 95. And then sun patchy clouds on Friday, the high at 95. I'm Steve Williams for News Talk 1480 WHBC.
Radio is just one of those things we all grew up with, and we go to it to get informed on weather and other events.
Powered by 1480 WHBC.
Kept me informed for all of the local stuff. You know, if I needed to know what was going on, so it let me know what was going on in the local community.
The weather may not cause a school delay or cancellation, but during these uncertain times, things can change in an instant. The WHBC Alert Center at WHBC.com.
It's Kenny and JT. From the class of 2003, James Lofton joining us right now.
I still have 2 plaques from when I played for the Packers. I won the long throw contest. Back-to-back years, 88 and 83 yards.
In the air?
Yes. Now, we had a running start. What do you mean in the air? No, on the ground. It hit, and it rolled.
Well, it feels like a drive.
This is not a putt.
This may not be a Vegas residency, but we appreciate you joining us here in Canton, Ohio, because we appreciate it more than Good Morning America or Las Vegas.
I love it. Yeah, I'll take Kenny and JT any day over Las Vegas.
There we go.
This is Pro Football Hall of Famer James Lofton, the Kenny and JT Show on News Talk 1480 WHBC.
Pam Cook and Canton's Morning News.
We want to hear from you.
I like that it's local.
This is the right place.
Live from the downtown Canton studios of WHBC.
All right, welcome back. It is the Healthcare Week that we've all been waiting for. I'm Pam Cook, and of course we are broadcasting live from Liberty HealthShare this morning just a lot of great things to cover. And I know people have so many questions about the health share industry and exactly how it all works. And it's just an innovative thing. It is something that is really gaining a lot of momentum, especially with the condition, I guess I'll call it, of healthcare in our country these days. So we're going to talk more about that for sure. But right now, we're going to talk a little bit about the people who work here. And Abby Delagenides, is that right?
Yes, you got it.
I'm friends with a lot of Greek people, so that works. And Abby is the human resources manager, and we're going to talk about what it's like to work here. Now, you're a local person, correct? Tell us a little bit about yourself there.
Yeah, I grew up in North Canton. I went to Jackson High School. Went on to Malone University. So after I got married, I moved again back to North Canton, and so now I'm on the actual North Canton side.
I was kind of teasing her about Jackson to North Canton.
Yeah.
But that's okay. That's all right. There's no problems with that. So, I've heard so much about Liberty HealthShare, and they've really done a lot of great things for their employees. Maybe you want to talk a little bit about some of those things.
Yeah, definitely. So, as a healthcare employer, we're doing a lot externally for our members. So, in the past year, we really wanted to turn it back in for our employees. So, we wanted to put the focus on making sure that we're focusing on the health of the body, the mind, and the spirit. So we've done a lot of things that make small changes in an employee's life but make a big difference. So we put a health newsletter out, so they have little tips and tricks to kind of focus on health and wellness, just again, small tips to make a big difference. We've also had a walking path created in our call center, which is a nice way to kind of get up from your desk, stretch your legs. And then we also have been focusing on, because I know the past couple years it's been so easy to DoorDash and Grubhub, so we've actually created Liberty HealthShare lunch boxes to promote like packing your lunch, packing healthy lunches, and again, just a small way to make a big impact on your life.
Yeah, and I would imagine that employees feel good about that, that the company's paying attention to them, right?
Mm-hmm, definitely.
Yeah, so that probably brings a smile to their face. And why would you say that the company has decided to take these extra steps? I mean, obviously they want them to be healthy, but are there any other reasons?
Yeah, I mean, if you look at some studies, they show that focusing on your health can improve many things in your life, like, increasing your sleep, sleeping better, reducing your stress. It can have a lot of impacts on your mental health if you're not taking care of your health and wellness. So when we kind of promote that health and wellness, we are promoting those different things, because what the studies show is when you're focusing on your health and wellness, your work performance increases. So I will say it's a win-win for both of us. Our employees' health, their mind, body, and spirit, their health increases, and then our work performance increases inside.
Yeah, so it's just a big circle.
Yeah,
helps everybody all the way around.
Yes.
And with the newsletter, is that created by you, or how does that work with the newsletter? What kinds of other things are in the newsletter?
Well, we ask our employees if they have anything they want to see. So start out with that. So each month in our HR office, we kind of brainstorm different things that might be like topical or seasonal. So again, people will submit their things they want to see. Like in the past, we've been asked to see tips on allergies, how to help with your allergies. So what we do in the HR office, I kind of focus on what month it is. So whether it's heart health awareness, mental health month, breast cancer awareness. So we find the topical things first, that can, all those things affect our employees, whether it's them themselves or someone they know. So gives them tips on how to approach those different things, how to improve their health in those ways. So just those different tips that help. And then we also have a recipe that we will put at each newsletter. So all of those, they have like kind of affordable ingredients that are easy to access, a lot of seasonal produce and things like that. So it gives people an idea of what to make, when they get home.
Yeah, that's fun. And you can share them with others. And
Yes, yeah.
Chat about it, make it, and bring it in.
Yes, we have talked about that. You know, I always ask, if you make it, let me try it.
That's right. I would agree with that 100%. You should make it a special day or something,
yeah.
right? Also, what would you say is the ones that have been the most well-received by employees?
I would say our walking path has probably been the biggest, I would say, initiative that we've started. So that we rolled out in the wintertime because we have a parking lot that you'll see people walking in almost every day. It's really, nice, but when you get into the wintertime, you don't have that option to walk around. So our building is set up that it's mainly an open floor plan, but there's cubicles around. So the walking path, how it works is you can start wherever you're seated, just get up and walk around, and it makes a full loop. And then we walked it and made sure, how many miles make a mile, things like that. And during the winter, it's really nice to just have that option because sitting at a desk all day, you're really sedentary, so you can get up and, take a walk.
I would like to videotape that sometime.
Yes.
That's probably pretty fun.
Yeah, it is.
And then, because if you don't know someone, I would imagine, if you don't know someone that you work with, that would be a great way for you to be able to look and see.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know that person.
Yes.
I need to walk around and meet them.
It's networking.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly right. Yeah. So what are some of the ideas that maybe you're considering, for the future? Are you thinking of any new things coming up?
Well, we have done things in the past that our employees really liked, like we did blood pressure screen, like blood test screening, things like that. We actually brought nurses in to do those types of things and then made it very low cost for our employees. So we've asked to do that again. That was all pre-COVID that we did those things. So kind of want to implement those things again. People really liked when we did yoga. We had a yoga instructor come in, and people really liked that. But what I'd like to see in the next year or so is maybe some motivational challenges. So we have tried things in the past, and I think it is a good motivator for our employees that they can see the other employees also working towards the same thing. So creating little goals, whether it's increasing your water intake, your daily step count, things like that. So I would like to see some challenges in the next year.
Oh, yeah. And maybe they win a prize or something like that. Yeah, that would be great.
Yeah.
And I would imagine that, when you're working for a healthcare company, this is a HealthShare company.
Yeah.
Obviously, you want to make sure you're as healthy as you can be, too, right?
Absolutely. Because, when our members see us, we want to be promoting the same things that we ask of them. So that was one of the main reasons why we switched, our priorities and making sure we are doing what we're asking our members to do.
And what brought you into this business, into this HealthShare?
Well, I'm not a nutritionist. I'm not anything health related. I just kind of saw the need for it. I think on the HR side, you see, people coming in, whether they're sick, they have these life situations come up, and some things are preventable. And that's why I'm like, are we doing our best to promote that to our employees? Like, are we prioritizing health and wellness? So we have a pastor that he talks, on the spiritual side, but are we doing the things that we need to do for the body and the mind? So that's how I kind of got pulled into it. I just kind of saw the need, and that's why I asked for tips from people because, I'm not the expert, but, I can at least put them together for our employees.
Yeah, and join in, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right, well, great. That's a lot of really fun information, and just tells everybody that not only do you pass that along to your members, but your employees as well.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, well, thank you so much, Abby, for stopping by and talking to us.
Thank you for having me.
I appreciate that. We're going to take another break here, and when we come back, we're going to talk a little bit more about Liberty HealthShare, of course. But I'm going to mention that because it's, 90 degrees out there right now, and the cooling centers are now open. We have been informed by the City of Canton and also City of Massillon that they have opened their cooling centers. In Massillon, it's the City Health Department, and in Canton, it is Refuge of Hope and also the J. Babe Stern Center. And SARTA will help you get there if you need a ride. But if you're a person who doesn't have air conditioning in your home and you're looking for somewhere to go cool off, that's how you can do it. And God bless them for providing those places. So they will have that probably all week long because we're going to be dealing with this all week long. Again, this is our 8th annual Healthcare Week. We're so happy that you're joining us, and we'll have more. And hope you stay tuned. Liberty HealthShare as we continue right here on 1480 WHBC.
The IRS deadline has come and gone. So do you owe money to the IRS? If so, you need an ally. Whether you owe the IRS $6,000 or $600,000, whether your tax problems are personal or business, the professionals at Allies Tax Relief are ready to step in and negotiate your fresh start with the IRS. Here's a happy customer of Allies Tax Relief.
Before calling Allies Tax Relief, I feared the IRS would take all of my assets. I owed them over $562,000. Thankfully, I was referred to Allies and called them for help. They ultimately saved my life from uncertainty. Allies negotiated my giant tax debt to an unbelievable $1,500. They are professionals, and they fight the fight for their clients.
Allies Tax Relief will protect your assets from being seized and your paycheck from being garnished. Call right now for your free consultation. 800-296-0772. That's 800-296-0772. Or visit AlliesTaxRelief.com.
Tune in each Saturday morning at 8 a.m. for the Money Matters radio show. Hosts Bob Foudy and David Ryan help you make your money matter. Find out how today's economy, debt levels, and policies affect your hard-earned money. You've made your money. Now it's time to watch it grow. Tune in to the hour-long Money Matters radio show every Saturday morning at 8 a.m. right here on News Talk 1480 WHBC. To speak to Bob Foudy or Dave Ryan about your money matters, call New Horizon Financial Group in Canton at 330-499-1915. 330-499-1915.
Progressive presents 10 things on a contractor's to-do list that are harder than getting a commercial auto insurance quote. Bidding a new client, giving an accurate estimate, finding affordable materials, getting a client to pay you for work you already did, getting a client to pay you, period, securing permits and workers and tools, getting those workers and tools to work together, and finding the perfect pair of overalls. Pockets, baby. But the easiest thing on a small business owner's to-do list? Seeing if you can save on commercial auto insurance. Get a quote in as little as 7 minutes at progressivecommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Coverage subject to policy terms and conditions.
This is the story of the one. As head of maintenance at a concert hall, he knows the show must always go on. That's why he works behind the scenes, ensuring every light is working, the HVAC is humming, and his facility shines. With Grainger's supplies and solutions for every challenge he faces, plus 24/7 customer support, his venue never misses a beat. Call quickgrainger.com or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Saving for retirement was tough enough for us.
Yes, and navigating markets can be challenging at times.
I understand. That's why at Fisher Investments, we take a disciplined approach with your investments.
Tell us more about that.
We take an active approach to money management, positioning your portfolio for opportunities we see ahead.
So all your clients get the same portfolio?
No. We tailor your portfolio to your individual goals and needs.
What about communication? We don't like being left in the dark.
We check in regularly to keep you informed on the markets and your portfolio.
Which means you'll help us stay on track.
Yes. Our goal is your comfortable retirement. And as a fiduciary, we always put your interests first. Because we do better when you do better. At Fisher Investments, we're clearly different. Learn more at FisherInvestments.com.
Investing in securities involves the risk of loss.
Pam Cook with you this morning from 10 a.m. to noon. It is the first day of our week-long Health Week. We're so excited to be able to bring you all of this great information. If you miss any of these, you can always find them on our YouTube channel. Just sign up, go over there and subscribe, and you'll be notified when we put new information up. So we always appreciate when folks do that. And with me right now is Sherry Maley. She is inside sales team lead. I was just joking with her. I said, you must have to answer 1 billion questions every single day. And she said, yeah, I do. So first of all, welcome. I'm so glad you could come and sit down with us today.
Yeah, thanks. It's great to be here.
Walk us through what your job entails, first of all. Let's talk a little bit about you and kind of what inside sales team lead is all about.
Sure, no problem. So I have actually been with Liberty HealthShare for about 3.5 years. I've been in a couple different roles, but this current one with sales is going on 2 years next month. So we, talk to anybody who is, interested in health sharing for a lot of different reasons, whether it be cost, they're losing their insurance through their work, or they just can't afford it through marketplace. So there's like so many reasons why people are starting to research, alternatives to insurance, because many people out there don't know that they do have options out there that they are able to choose.
Yeah, and I'm sure when they call in, they want to know, how does this work? So kind of give us an overview of some of the programs that are offered by Liberty HealthShare.
So we have 6 different programs that we offer here, starting with young adults, just starting their lives. They're coming out of college, maybe an internship, a trade school, something like that. They're not wanting to spend a fortune, and they're, starting to save for their life. They're not wanting to spend all that much. So we have programs starting at very low monthly contributions for those, because typically they are in good health. They're not going to the doctors very often. They really just want something for that what if in life when that happens. And then kind of as they transform through their lives, become a couple, get married, have a family, we have programs certainly for all of that, and all of those different budgets. Many times, it can be very expensive starting a family, and it's very, overwhelming for a lot of people. So it's definitely a blessing that we're able to be there and, help those families transform during that time, and keep them healthy, keep them encouraged, help them through that period. And then even our golden members who then transition onto Medicare, we have an assist program that's going to help them with those costs that Medicare does leave behind, because those can be very burdensome when they're on a fixed income, prescriptions, all of these different medical needs that they have that are just kind of left behind can be very burdensome. So it's been very rewarding to be able to help those out, in that area of their life.
Yeah, and there are so many. You're right when you say, because I have, young boys, and they're like, I don't ever get sick, I don't ever get hurt, why am I paying all this money for insurance? I don't need to do that, And how do your programs compare in cost to those that are, available like through typical insurance?
So between the 6 different programs, we have a really robust features that we kind of have included in those, which do help out with prescription costs, vision costs, some dental discounts. We do have the new add-on dental program. There's free telehealth services that you can receive that are non-urgent, and then even some mental telehealth services, which is really important this day and age, just to be able to have someone to talk to and to know that you're not going to have to spend a lot of money in the end. And we've tried to just have a lot of varying monthly shares just to be able to help all people afford health care.
Right. And that's obviously people who call in, probably that's exactly what they're looking for, is a way to figure that out.
Yeah, definitely cost is a driving factor. Even a lot of people that maybe work for a company, sometimes it's very costly after the employee insurance. The employers might pay for most of the employees, but then when adding on spouses and families, it can be very burdensome. And there are just times that they're not able to afford it. So a lot of times they'll keep that employee on, but then send their families for other options like this. So they kind of have multiple different options in the same household.
Okay. Now, when people call in, what would you say is the most misunderstood aspect of health sharing?
As we kind of laughed about earlier, I would say probably most of all of it. It's a very new concept for most people. And we try to make it very clear, health sharing is not for everyone. There are people out there that, do have significant medical health concerns that do need a lot more support than others. And we really want our members to live a healthy lifestyle, make healthy choices, and that's taking their health care back into their hands. We're giving them the freedom of choice. And so it's hard for some people because they are used to the traditional insurance world, but this is all member funded. This is our members' money to help out. So we're here for the burdens in life, and we want people to, make those good choices and not, don't run to urgent care every time you have a cold. Maybe try to utilize some of those free telehealth services, things like that, so that our share power can expand, throughout the members and, go further for those people who do have those larger crises in life and do need a little extra support.
Do you find that people who call in are proposing scenarios to you a lot? Well, what if this happens? And what if I do this? And what if I do that? Do they ask a lot of questions like that?
Oh, most definitely. I get, what if little Johnny jumps off the back of the couch and breaks his leg? What's going to happen? Or if I'm riding my dirt bike or my kids play sports, or what if I'm walking and I fall and twist my ankle? So, there's always those what ifs in life, and we find that our members do have the confidence and the assurance that, at the end, the other members are coming together to contribute and to help with those associated medical costs that do happen when all of these things in life are unexpected. I have 3 kids of my own, so I've been there many, many times. And it can be very worrisome, to worry about bills coming in. And so we can help to provide that assurance that you have a community behind you that's going to help in those times of need.
And how does it work with hospitals? I'm sure people ask you about, working with the hospitals and things like that.
Yeah, so we do have an optional network, PHCS. It is an open access network that our members can choose to utilize, but certainly they can go to any hospital or facility or physician that they so choose to, because there again, we're giving you that freedom of choice. It's your healthcare journey, so we want you to feel comfortable in that and in your choices. So we work with, many, many different hospitals, physicians, and the facilities all throughout the U.S. and, overseas.
What do you enjoy about this job the most?
Really just helping people. I try to come in and just be 100% focused and present, to truly be able to listen to each and every circumstance. They're all different, and to just try to help find a solution for those. And, sometimes the solution might not be us. There are many times it is. And then, my main goal is to just let people know that I care, we care here at Liberty HealthShare, anyone answering the phone, that we're just being honest and transparent in what we're able to do, and just being confident in the information that we're giving, potential members coming in, and then all the members that we do service.
Yeah, and that's important, transparency for sure. If people want to learn more about the various programs, what can they do?
Certainly go to our website, libertyhealthshare.org. We do have a chat feature on there. We have an Explore Our Programs tab, but most certainly we love it when people call in and just ask all those random questions, the what ifs. Here's my scenario, and we are more than happy. We have a whole enrollment teams of specialists that would be more than happy to talk you through any of these solutions.
That's great. That's great. Sherry, thank you so very much for answering some questions here, because I know people have a lot, and now they know where they can turn and get some more answers if they so choose.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
All right. We are going to take a break for the news now, and when we come back, we've got another hour, lots of things to talk about. This is very enlightening if you are interested in HealthShare. there's a lot more to talk about. Again, we are kicking off our 8th annual Health Care Week here at Liberty HealthShare on Hills and Dales, and we'll be back after the news. I'm Pam Cook on 1480 WHBC.
Tap into the sensation, Verndale's Water Center.
A Verndale water softener will save you money. You'll feel cleaner. Your clothes and dishes will come out great, and your appliances will last longer. For a limited time, purchase a twin-tank water softener, and you'll get $250 off, plus a free reverse osmosis drinking water system, and 0% financing. Your family deserves pure perfection with Verndale Water Experts.
Verndale's Water Center.
WHBC AM Canton, trusted, reliable, and part of the community. Brought to you by Friends and Family Credit Union, providing financial needs to all of Stark County. It's time to bring a friend into the family. On News Talk 1480 WHBC.
The heat is the story. We'll have all the details about it coming up next. As far as the forecast goes for today, we are going to see something that will bring oppressive heat. A mixture of clouds and sun, and a high around 94. Well, heat advisories from Michigan to Maine, including most all of Ohio, Stark, Carroll, and all locations under the advisory from 11 a.m. today until 8 p.m. on Friday. The AccuWeather real field temperature, which combines the temperature and humidity, could reach as high as 102 degrees today. Now, with the heat comes polluted air, and that's an issue for those in sensitive groups like the young and the elderly. An air quality advisory has been issued for the greater Cleveland area, which includes Summit and Portage counties. High levels of ground level ozone are predicted, and the air quality index forecast to exceed 100. In Canton-Massillon, the AQI should stay below 100. So being prepared for the heat is one way to stay somewhat comfortable and at least safe today and in the days to come this week. AccuWeather senior meteorologist Bob Larson says you'll want to keep plenty of water and sports drinks on hand. He recommends light, loose-fitting clothing if you're outside or anywhere without air conditioning.
Typically, it's best to wear a hat, a light-colored hat, a white cap, to help reflect that sun away from your head. And again, more than anything else, stay hydrated with plenty of fluids, particularly water, and sports drinks.
If you don't have air conditioning, the Belden Village Mall or other air-conditioned shopping centers is a good place to spend some time today. If you have family members that you know have air conditioning, maybe meet up with them as well. Now, the Ohio Emergency Management Agency says the risk of heat stroke certainly increases, and it's important to act immediately. They say heat stroke is a medical emergency that can prove fatal. Symptoms include high body temperature, a strong pulse, and a headache. The EMA also recommends checking on neighbors, especially those without air conditioning, and keep an eye on your pets. Make sure they're indoors as well, and they, too, have a lot of water. You can get more details and more tips at WHBC.com. 9 people shot at a water park in Rochester Hills in Oakland County, Michigan on Saturday evening. 2 of those shot were children. A vigil was held last night. The 42-year-old alleged gunman took his own life. The State Highway Patrol's Canton Post says alcohol was a factor in a fatal Friday night crash on Route 30 in Perry Township. 35-year-old Stencil Archie, who has an Akron address, was a front seat passenger in a crossover vehicle that went off of the road, rolled over several times. He was taken to the hospital where he died. The Canton driver and 2 children who were passengers were also taken to the hospital. The driver and 1 passenger had serious injuries. For News Talk 1480 WHBC, I'm Pam Cook.
Now, your local weather forecast. Stick with us. News Talk 1480 WHBC.
Here's your AccuWeather forecast. We do have a heat advisory this afternoon. That's going to hold on through Friday. For this afternoon, sunshine and hot, the high 94. Partly cloudy tonight and the low 73. Partly sunny, a thunderstorm around tomorrow, the high at 93. And then for Wednesday, a very hot day, the high at 94. For Thursday, a hot afternoon, look for a high of 95, and then sunny and hot Friday, the high at 95. I'm Steve Williams for News Talk 1480 WHBC.
You know, I grew up hearing that women are bad with money, but like many of you, I spent years paying bills, managing checking accounts, and taking care of my family. So, turns out women are pretty good with money after all. And now, I'm taking control of my financial future by saving for retirement. It's never too late to start, and there's a great website to help you. Check out WeSaySaveIt.org and jumpstart your retirement savings on your budget and your timeline. That's WeSaySaveIt.org. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
Hey, it's me, your liver. You know, the organ that helps you recover every weekend after pizza, donuts, and all those drinks. When you have a headache, you take an aspirin. You have a stomach ache, you pop an antacid. But where's the love for your best buddy, the liver? The least that you could do to help me stay healthy is take Active Liver from New Nordic. Active Liver tablets contain high-quality, all-natural ingredients like milk thistle, globe artichoke, and turmeric extracts, which are proven to keep me healthy and you feeling your best. Active Liver provides an easy daily detox and helps protect me all year long. So let me make you an offer you can't refuse. You take care of me with Active Liver, and I keep taking care of you. Capiche?
See for yourself why Active Liver is Scandinavia's #1 liver health supplement. You can find Active Liver at CVS and online at Amazon, Target.com, or directly from NewNordicUSA.com. Again, find it in stores at CVS or online at Amazon, Target.com, or NewNordicUSA.com.
The views expressed during the following program do not necessarily reflect the views of WHBC or Alpha Media Company.
Healthcare Week, the start of Healthcare Week. We're kicking it off this morning at Liberty HealthShare. We've been having a wonderful time finding out more about what HealthShare actually is. And I hope you're learning more about it. I hope that you're finding out how you can learn more about it on an individual basis, because there is a lot to learn. There's no doubt about that. And this is a very exciting time at Liberty. They're rolling out new programs, creating new things, certainly momentum carrying them. And with me right now is the Vice President of Communications and Marketing, Tim Bryan. How are you, sir?
I'm great. Thanks for inviting us. Thanks for being here. It's a big day for us.
Yeah, we're so glad that we could be here today. We want to talk a little bit about the Liberty Ambassador Program with you. Maybe explain what that's all about.
So the Ambassador Program is built on a program that we've had in place for years called the Refer a Friend Program, where someone could refer someone. If they become a member, then that person would get a $150 gift card. We thought, was there a way to incentivize people to want to continue to urge people to consider our options? And so we created the Ambassador Program, and it's been an opportunity for members and not members. You don't have to be a member to be an ambassador. You just have to work with us and our guidelines and encourage membership. And so people are able to, as long as the person that they have encouraged to apply and applies to the process, they continue to earn money throughout their time here. So, people are coming to us from really two different angles. One, they believe in our product. Some of the applications that we've received from our members are amazing, talking about how Liberty HealthShare saved their life in some of their darkest times, cancer treatments and others. The fact that we were able to help and support them. They want to introduce Liberty to other populations, and so they're interested in doing it there. And then, too, there are other people who are entrepreneurs, and they want to learn, and they think this is a product they can sell. So we've had great experience with both members and non-members, but we're thrilled. It's a little more than a month since it's been launched, and we really didn't know what kind of response we were going to get from the very beginning, but it's been heartening, really overwhelming, the response we've gotten, and to hear people talk about they're very proud of being able to represent us out there, and from all over the country. We did a little map the other day of where do we have ambassadors working for us, and truly almost all 50 states, and so it's really it's a part of the momentum that we're feeling here at Liberty, and this is just one part of it.
Yeah, that was going to be my next question is, this isn't just an Ohio thing, correct?
Absolutely. So we have a lot of members in California, Texas, Florida, Georgia, Ohio. Of course, that's our grassroots, our base. But really all along the East Coast and the West Coast as well, in the Midwest. And these are people who, again, have had a great experience with Liberty. And they're able to, who better to talk about our programs than the people who are enjoying it already. So it's been terrific. The response has been great. And we're really, really pleased and happy about how it started.
And it seems as though you guys come up with so many creative ways. As the marketing and communications VP, you have to be very proud of, the ways that you come to promote Liberty and also to really help the members as well.
It's been amazing to work here. I've been over here a little more than a year. This is an organization that's really quite nimble. So we look and see what opportunities there are, what are the services that our members need, and we make it work. A lot of the time, effort to figure out the best way to go about it, but we're pretty nimble and we're able to bring about programs. We very much want to be the most comprehensive organization of our type in the country. We think we are already, but we'll keep working to earn that title, and this is just the start.
For ambassadors, do they have to go through any kind of training or anything like that?
Yeah, they have to. We've had a couple different approaches. We've created a very comprehensive website that lists all the materials on all of our programs, videos that they can use, infographics. We did a webinar where we invited people who had applied, and they could ask us questions, and then we saved that. We recorded it, and we sent it out. But they also have to sign a contract. We want to make sure that they're going to represent us correctly. Health sharing is a very complicated topic, and so we don't want to confuse anyone with people talking about us in a way that's not consistent. So between the training and the contract that they signed, and then Sherry, who was just on air with you, is personally just doing one-on-one training sessions with our ambassadors. So it's an opportunity for them to ask questions, and but it's been we want this to be a win-win for everyone. We want additional members and to continue to spread the good name of Liberty HealthShare, and we want the people that are doing it and make some money. So incentivize them to continue to do it. So far so good.
Do they come back to you and say what most people are asking them, or what?
Yeah, so we have a list of questions that are most often asked. We've created a FAQ for the website, and then you never know. It's you never know where people come up with their questions.
Yeah.
But we try to address them. And part of it is because people really just don't know what health sharing is, and so it's an opportunity for us to do some education that way. But so far, our ambassadors are again what I've been most heartened by. We have members and we have non-members. So some of these people are not members. They're not going to be members. They're taking care of their own health care, but they see that the product is worth supporting, worth marketing, and they're out there. And again, they can be incentivized, but they're going to make some cash from doing so.
That's interesting. Yeah, because you would think that obviously that if they were out there promoting it, that they would be members. But like you say, this is somebody that just believes in the product, but doesn't need the product at that time, right?
Absolutely. So you never know what motivates people. We try to meet them where they are, and so if they're members, and we're capturing what people say on their applications, because we can use that in our marketing, because they're talking about changing people's lives. It's been transformational. Our products are transformational, and so we've been borrowing that. And then there are others who have been very frank in saying, I don't know much about it, but I think it's something worthwhile. I think there's a market for this. Why not get in on the good? So they're working with us on that. So either way, as long as they're going to market our way and work through our guidelines, we welcome it.
Yeah, that's great. So if somebody wants to, become an ambassador, what's the process for them?
So they need to apply, and the easiest way is to reach out to us. Our email, ambassador@libertyhealthshare.org, or through our website, libertyhealthshare.org/ambassador. We have a point person, Diana Wiley, who works on our team, and she is the one who will send out the application. The application will take no more than a minute or 2 minutes to complete. We're really just asking what motivates them, what's in their heart, what's their interest in doing that. And then we also ask questions to make sure we understand that you're going to have to do it through our guidelines and our contract. We have to do things the right way. We insist that we will do that. And then we also, it's an opportunity for us to make certain they know how much support they're going to have. This won't be something where they apply, they're approved, and they're on their own.
Yeah.
Once they're approved, we'll be working with them through the webinar. Sherry will talk with them at length. And anytime they have questions, they can call us day or night, and we're there to be helpful to them in doing so. We've received over 179 applications. About 80 have become full, meaning they did everything they need to do, and we have 10 to 12 ambassadors out there who are already very active.
Wow.
So it's been, again, not knowing what the response would be, it's been remarkable. So we're really pleased so far with how it started.
That's great. That's great. All right, so go to the website and check that out. It's libertyhealthshare.org, correct?
Yes, /ambassador if they want to explore the ambassador program.
Okay, very good. Tim Bryan, VP Communications and Marketing. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thanks for being here.
Yes, thank you. All right, we'll take our break, and we'll be back. We're going to talk more about Liberty HealthShare, of course, as we mentioned, and talk a little bit about medical services. We'll do that in just a few minutes right here on 1480 WHBC.
Beech leaf disease is contributing to the significant decline of beech trees. Since its discovery, BLD has spread rapidly in the northeastern United States. Beech leaf disease first presents itself as banding between the veins of the leaves and progresses to canopy decline. There are several products that have proven to be effective at controlling beech leaf disease that are labeled for use in Ohio. For more information, visit trees4ohio.org. That's trees, the number 4, ohio.org.
Do you hear that? Asthma triggers are everywhere, from dust mites, pet dander, and pollen, to smog and smoke. An asthma attack can strike anywhere, anytime. Be prepared with quick-acting Primatene Mist. Clinically proven to open airways quickly. It's the number 1 FDA-approved asthma inhaler available over the counter. Primatene Mist. Breathe easy again. Use as directed.
Drivers who switch and save with Progressive could save hundreds, which could be life-changing. I mean, you could put that money towards concert tickets for your daughter to see that singer who sings about painful breakups. And one song will inspire your little beauty to break up with that beast she's dating, Brian. Instead, she'll date someone who's nice and worthy of her love, not someone who addresses you and your spouse as bro. And it's all because you could save money switching at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in all states.
Do you know someone struggling to figure out their mental health benefits? The Mental Health Insurance Assistance Office is here to help. Find us at insurance.ohio.gov/GETMHIA or call us at 855-438-6442. Don't wait. The Mental Health Insurance Assistance Office can help you figure out what mental health insurance benefits may be in their plan. Call us today at 855-438-6442.
Progressive presents 10 things on a contractor's to-do list that are harder than getting a commercial auto insurance quote. Bidding a new client, giving an accurate estimate, finding affordable materials, getting a client to pay you for work you already did, getting a client to pay you, period, securing permits and workers and tools, getting those workers and tools to work together, and finding the perfect pair of overalls. Pockets, baby. But the easiest thing on a small business owner's to-do list? Seeing if you can save on commercial auto insurance. Get a quote in as little as 7 minutes at progressivecommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Coverage subject to policy terms and conditions.
Eric was way behind on his taxes.
I owed a lot of money to the IRS, almost $15,000. I tried to make payments.
The IRS wasn't satisfied with Eric's efforts, so they came after him full force.
They're coming to put a lien and a hold on all my income, my home, my car. I was just overwhelmed at what to do.
Then Eric called Optima Tax Relief.
When Optima Tax got involved, the calls would stop, the threats would stop. It was easy like 1, 2, 3.
Optima Tax Relief is A+ rated by the Better Business Bureau, and their team of expert tax professionals took care of Eric's problem.
I owe $15,000, and now my debt is clean. I don't owe anything.
Take Eric's advice.
If you have a tax problem, you need to call Optima Tax now.
Call Optima Tax Relief for a free consultation. Call 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Stirring fiber, exercising, frequent trips to the store for more laxatives and fiber. Sounds like your constipation with belly pain is a lot to manage. But if your symptoms that keep coming back are signs of irritable bowel syndrome with constipation or IBS-C, ask your doctor how Linzess can help you get ahead of it. Linzess linaclotide is a prescription medicine that treats IBS-C in adults. It's not a laxative. It's a once-daily pill that helps you get ahead of your symptoms. It's proven to help you have more frequent and complete bowel movements and helps relieve overall abdominal symptoms, belly pain, discomfort, and bloating. These symptoms were studied in combination, not individually. Do not give Linzess to children less than 2. It may harm them. Do not take Linzess if you have a bowel blockage. Get immediate help if you develop unusual or severe stomach pain, especially with bloody or black stools. The most common side effect is diarrhea, sometimes severe. If it's severe, stop taking Linzess and call your doctor right away. Other side effects include gas, stomach area pain, and swelling. Learn more at linzess.com or call 1-800-LINZESS.
The light is fading, your hands are sore, and the last tool has been put away. Now is the time to feel the satisfaction that comes with a job well done. But when you get your tools from Harbor Freight, something about the job feels a little different. Your wallet. Because we believe that everyone deserves hardworking tools at hardworking prices. And that's what we have here. So, whatever you do it for less at Harbor Freight.
All right, here we are. We are back at Liberty HealthShare, and I am so excited to be able to chat with this young lady, Amy Hagan, who is Vice President of Medical Services. Welcome.
Hi, Pam. Thanks for having us.
Yeah,
today.
so glad that you could sit down and have a little chat because, I don't know, you have a very important job, I would have to say. Not that everybody else doesn't, but boy, when it comes to talking to members about, medical issues, that has to be that's got to be a big job, right?
It is. It can be a challenge at times.
Yeah. So explain a little bit about your role here at Liberty.
So my role is I have the pleasure of overseeing the medical services team. And those individuals are the clinicians who actually have the day-to-day conversations with our members. And they can have conversations in just a quick question to very, very difficult situations.
And then, so they would call in and ask you something, say they are suffering from some illness, and how that would pan out and as far as the health share goes, right?
That is correct.
Okay.
So we have a set of sharing guidelines. It's kind of a guide of what we will and will not share into, so we can help to navigate the members through the situation that they're experiencing at the time and help them to be able to navigate through that. And what we as Liberty can do to help make that a little bit less challenging for them.
And what brought you into this? I mean, you have to be kind of a special person to do that, right?
Nurses in general display a level of compassion and empathy. But I think the team here at Liberty HealthShare have to relay that in a different way. And I think that what brought me here was it different from an acute clinical setting. We have to be able to be empathetic to our members or patients in a different way, and it's that challenge every single day to be able to connect. We as nurses and clinicians have been taught to, by touch, by sight, by feel, and having those compassionate words, we only have the ability to have the compassion through our voice. And so we have to be able to relay that through our voice in everything that we do. So I think that that's what keeps me here.
Yeah.
And I think that our clinicians we've got an amazing group of clinicians who are able to show that every single day to our members.
And I would say, is that the same thing for your team? I mean, what are the reasons that your team, what do they enjoy the most about the job?
From what I did have the opportunity to kind of canvass them all and was like, okay, what's the best thing? Well, there's so many things. So, and we only have a very short period of time. So, I think that they all, we have the ability to speak to people across the United States. So you have different cultures, you have different venues, you have different things. So that brings a whole new light to how we interact with our members. So being able to connect, ask probing questions, being able to get someone to open up and help to really resolve an issue and help guide a member through concerns is very, very helpful. I've also been told that as a ministry, our ability to pray with our members, pray for their healing, pray for their emotional security, their emotional well-being, being able to put them on our prayer list and have our prayer warriors be able to, lift them up in prayer. It's not just a one-to-one, it's a one-to-many. And I think that's what keeps me here.
Yeah, I would say that, and that has to be something very special for the members too. Yeah, and what you have to, all of us have to be excited about our jobs when we come to work each day, because if you're not, it's not worth it. But so what would you say, when you get up in the morning, what do you look forward to?
That's a loaded question, isn't it? But I think, every day's a new day.
Yeah.
Every day's a new day. Every phone call's a new phone call. And it's like, okay, who can I meet next? And what challenge can we help to get through? And, hearing about the successes and helping people to get the needs. I mean, and it's not always a positive outcome.
Yeah.
But being able to help guide a member through that is probably the most rewarding thing at the end of the day.
Well, what would you like our listeners to know about your colleagues and their approach to meeting the needs of your members?
Well, I think that the biggest thing that my biggest takeaway about what we do here at Liberty HealthShare is that we all have choices. And having been in healthcare for 40 years, I am really starting to learn that a little bit more and more. And my biggest takeaway is that our team helps our members to navigate in today's healthcare system, which is super, super complicated. And I think that everybody who works in healthcare can, agree that we have a very, very complicated and very challenging healthcare system. And it's scary. It's very scary for individuals who have that fear of the unknown. So it's very important for us to be able to share that individual has choices and help them to guide an individual to the best choice that meets their needs, being very transparent into what Liberty can and cannot assist with. And I think that we here at Liberty have a very, very strong care navigation team, which is a group of clinicians that assist our members consistently through that system based on their individual needs. So knowing that the medical services team are the go-tos here at Liberty to help them navigate through that system is very comforting to our members and very, very self-satisfying to the staff.
Well, we appreciate you stopping by. I'm so glad you came
It's
and
a pleasure
sat
meeting
down.
you. Thank you for hearing. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you very much. We're going to take our break for the news here. And also, I do want to mention again, we know it's the mid-90s all week long. City of Canton, City of Massillon both have opened their cooling centers. In Massillon, it is the health department. City of Canton has opened them at Refuge of Hope and also J. Babe Stern Center. Sardis helping out with transportation. All the details are on our website at WHBC.com, so make sure you check that out. We will be back after the news. We have so much more to talk about still. There's so much to health sharing, and we know that you are listening because you're very, very interested in all of this, and Liberty HealthShare is where we are on Hills and Dales, and our Health Week, the kickoff of our 8th annual Health Week, will continue on 1480 WHBC.
We're going abroad for the first time in years. To Spain. So we started using Babbel.
And started learning Spanish fast.
With Babbel, you can start having conversations in another language in just 3 weeks.
¿Cómo te llamas? ¿Cómo te llamas?
When you learn a language, you want to actually use it. Babbel is designed with that goal in mind.
In just 3 weeks, we're starting to have conversations in Spanish. Gracias, Babbel.
Babbel, language for life. Now try Babbel for free at Babbel.com. That's Babbel.com.
Verndale Water Experts have been a locally owned and family-operated business for over 65 years. For all of your water treatment needs, call the name you can trust. Call Verndale Water Experts.
Tap into Verndale's Water Center.
WHBC AM Canton, reliable as ever on News Talk 1480 WHBC.
From the News Talk 1480 WHBC newsroom, it wasn't camels this time. On Saturday, visitors to Cedar Point Amusement Park in Sandusky were joined by some unexpected guests. A number of goats from the park's barnyard petting zoo area got loose. They were casually walking around the midway. Earlier in the week, a couple of camels also got loose. Fortunately, no one was hurt in either incident. 9 people were injured, including 2 young children, in what appears to be a random mass shooting in a Detroit suburb. Police say the shooter opened fire at a splash pad in Rochester Hills before returning to his car and taking off. Police tracked the vehicle to the suspect's home, where they found the gunman dead from a self-inflicted gunshot wound. An 8-year-old victim was shot in the head and is in critical condition. His mother is also in critical condition with wounds to the abdomen and leg. The remaining victims, including a 4-year-old boy, are listed in stable condition. The wildfire burning in Southern California is growing rapidly. The blaze doubled in size from Saturday night to yesterday, and as of yesterday, had grown to over 14,000 acres. The post-fire started just before 2 p.m. Pacific time Saturday, and gusty winds quickly spreading those flames. Campers have been evacuated from the Hungry Valley Park State Vehicular Recreation Area, and the fire led to a brief closure of Interstate 5. As of yesterday afternoon, the wildfire was only 2% contained, and it's not the only one. Another wildfire started just before 7 p.m. Pacific time Saturday and had already burned over 1,000 acres by yesterday. The causes of both fires are now under investigation. In sports, the Cleveland Guardians fell to the Blue Jays 7-6 yesterday. They have the day off today. They will take on Seattle at home tomorrow night. For News Talk 1480 WHBC, I'm Pam Cook.
Your severe weather station, News Talk 1480 WHBC.
Here's your AccuWeather forecast. A heat advisory this afternoon through Friday. It'll be sunny and hot. The high this afternoon at 94. Partly cloudy tonight, low 73. Partly sunny, a hot one tomorrow. A thunderstorm in the afternoon, the high at 93. And then sunny and hot Wednesday, the high 94. For Thursday, it'll be a hot day, the high at 95. And then sun patchy clouds on Friday, the high at 95. I'm Steve Williams for News Talk 1480 WHBC.
Hi, I'm Henry Winkler. My eyes are very important to me. My eyes connect me with everything I love. I loved my late father-in-law dearly. He always lit up a room, but his vision dimmed with age. He had age-related macular degeneration, or AMD. And since partnering with Apellis, I've learned there's an advanced form of dry AMD called geographic atrophy, or GA. His struggle with vision loss made me want to help others know about GA's warning signs. For some, colors appear dull or washed out. For others, hazy or blurred vision make it hard to see details, like fine print on price tags. Many have trouble seeing in the dark, making driving at night difficult. GA gets worse over time and cannot be reversed. If you think you have GA, don't wait. Treatments are available. Ask a retina specialist about FDA-approved treatments for GA and go to GAWon'tWait.com.
Attention talcum powder users. Have you had ovarian or gynecological cancer? A proposed $8 billion plan will pay those who believe they got sick from using talc products, like Johnson's Baby Powder and Shower to Shower. Johnson & Johnson maintains its products are safe. You have until July 26, 2024 to vote to accept or reject the plan. For more information, visit officialtalclaims.com or call 888-431-4056. Paid for by LLT Management, LLC.
At Cleveland Clinic Mercy Hospital, world-class care is close to you, with multiple locations ready to provide the care you need in your community. From heart and cancer care to minimally invasive and robotic-assisted surgery, Cleveland Clinic is investing in your community with innovative technology and a growing network of specialists to meet your unique healthcare needs. For every patient, for every care in the world. To learn more, visit cantonmercy.org.
Medicine Center pharmacies have been serving our local community for over 40 years. Our customers know they can count on our pharmacy staff, save money, and trust us. Stop by any of our Medicine Center pharmacy locations in Canton, Louisville, Minerva, and New Philadelphia, or visit us online at medshoprx.com.
I know.
What seems to be the problem?
Doctor, thank goodness. My husband found out Cricket Wireless has 5G plans starting at $15 a month, and his jaw just dropped.
Did he hear about Cricket's blazing fast 5G?
Yep.
What about their reliable nationwide coverage?
Yes, that too.
I see. Unfortunately, there's no cure. But you will have really fast 5G.
Get jaw-droppingly fast 5G for $15 a month. Smile, you're on Cricket.
Cricket 5G requires a compatible device and is not available everywhere. Video may be limited to SD. Fees may apply. Terms and restrictions apply. Subject to change. See store for
Drivers who switch and save with Progressive could save hundreds, which could be life-changing. I mean, you could put that money towards concert tickets for your daughter to see that singer who sings about painful breakups. And one song will inspire your little beauty to break up with that beast she's dating, Brian. Instead, she'll date someone who's nice and worthy of her love, not someone who addresses you and your spouse as bro. And it's all because you could save money switching at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in all states.
And we are back to our 8th annual Healthcare Week, kicking it off today at Liberty HealthShare. And it's been such a pleasure to be here. We're in the lobby on Hills and Dales, right off of Whipple, and so many things that we are learning. If you did not know anything about HealthShare, by the end of this 2 hours, you absolutely will know a lot. But you still can call and find out more, because I know everybody will have questions. And we are now going to talk with Joshua Grubbs, who is the Marketing and Communications Specialist. Good morning, Joshua.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
You have been here from the very beginning, haven't you?
I have. Yep.
And that's good. I like it. I like it. So tell me a little bit about yourself first before we get into talking about partnerships.
Yeah, well, I've been at Liberty now for just a little bit over a year. This is my second marketing position, and I'm really enjoying the writing of it, the style that we do. The way that we can serve our members through kind of a way that people might not really think about when they're thinking about health sharing. So it's been great to be here. It's a great ministry to be a part of.
Yeah, it would have to be a different thing, than what you were maybe thinking about when you were going to school and different things like that, right?
Right. Yeah, certainly. It's not necessarily where I expected to end up. I don't know if anybody ends up where they expect to end up a lot of the time.
Yeah.
But again, I'm very, very blessed and happy to be here for sure.
Okay, so let's talk about partnerships, because partnerships are important to any company, obviously. But not too long ago, and I've had the pleasure of talking with Dorsey Morrow, your CEO, several times, and we have discussed his op-ed that was in the newspaper, and it focused on inviting other organizations to partner with Liberty. Explain that, and then explain why this is something that's important.
Yeah, so through my work, I've had the pleasure of being able to speak to a lot of our employees here for different marketing initiatives, things like that. And the common theme that we always encounter is people who work at Liberty HealthShare really do see this as more than just a job. They're happy to come in and serve our members, and that's at the forefront of their minds every day that they work. And so it's those interactions with our members and seeking to serve and help them is something we think about all the time as we go. We are a service-oriented ministry. That's one of our number one goals and initiatives. And so when it came time to think about what are ways that we can engage with our local community and have a presence here in Stark County and Ohio as a whole, we just figured, helping the different organizations that are service-oriented in the same way we are, helping them serve their constituents, helping them further their mission. It just really made sense when you think about who we are as a ministry and what our goals are.
Okay, so how do you go about, trying to find these folks who would be good partners with you?
Right. So as you mentioned, the op-ed that Dorsey put out, that's kind of the main way we're asking people to come to us with their service ideas. And obviously we've found some opportunities. I believe the Stark County Diaper Bank, we did that. We've done food drives, things like that, seeking what are the ways that we can tangibly help the people that are in our community and around our community.
Okay, and I'm sure there are people out there saying, well, this is something certainly that we could get involved in. What kinds of things would you suggest?
Right. So the first step, of course, is to reach out to us. We do that through an email, service@libertyhealthshare.org. You reach out to us, tell us kind of what your organization is, or what your goals are, and then we encourage people to ask themselves the hypothetical question: if I had 20 extra set of hands, what would I use them for? How could I help the people that I am serving best with that? So be inventive, think outside of the box, think what's the best way that having extra people to help you is the best way to further your mission as an organization.
And what does it say about your CEO who is putting that right out there from the get-go to get something like this accomplished?
Yeah, right. It says a lot about Dorsey. We, as I said, we are a member-focused ministry. That's our number one goal. We are. Dorsey mentioned in his interview the 6 cents that we use to cover administrative costs, things like that, of every dollar that comes in. We are extremely proud of that number. We are thrilled that we can give 94 cents of every dollar back into our members. And Dorsey really cares very deeply about that. He cares about our members. This, just like everyone else who works here, this is a calling for him. That's his mission. And so I think the willingness of Dorsey and both the ministry to put forth time and resources into community projects and different organizations, it's really a concrete put your money where your mouth is of our expression of the biblical mandate to share one another's burdens and to truly give people in our community choices as to how they can be helped best.
And why is it important to you personally?
Right. I came to this job in a pretty circuitous way. I was formerly an educator, high school and middle school, and then I went on to further schooling to study the Bible, study theology. So my work life has always been very service-oriented. That's always been my main goal. And I believe that when we love and serve people, the way best to do that is through tangible actions, not just through, we care about you, but show me how you're going to care about me. And so I have always really wanted to work at a place where I don't just come in and punch the clock in the morning and then head out at 5. I want to work at a place where I can make a difference in people's lives. And this this call for service is just another way that happens here.
What are some of the ideas? I know you said the diaper bank, but what are some of the ideas that people are thinking about with the partnering situation?
Yeah, we think a lot about food drives are a real easy way to do it. That's a great one. We know there are a lot of organizations that do just kind of the simple jobs that can get glazed over given other pressing needs. So go out and remulch a organization's building area. Help organize their office space, just those things that make their day-to-day life and operations just a little bit easier. That's kind of something that's top of our mind.
Yeah, and I'm sure there are people listening right now that say, yes, we could use their help in some way, shape, or form. If those people are interested, and how can they follow up with you?
Right, again, so they should send an email to service@libertyhealthshare.org, and then as we receive those emails, that just kind of really starts a conversation. We don't want to tell you how we can best serve you. We want you to tell us how we can best serve you. So email, start that conversation, and then together we can look for a way where we can truly partner together to make our community a better place.
Yeah, that's a great idea. And I'm sure people, like I said, people out there are going, it starts the wheels going. I've got a wheel going right now, too, and I'm sure Crystal knows exactly. Crystal, who works at the radio station, she probably knows exactly what I'm thinking about right now. But we'll certainly hope to be able to get you guys involved in something that we have going every August. So that would be fantastic. And I think, when you look at a traditional health insurance company, it's not going to happen, right?
No, right, yeah. We are unique in the healthcare space, and this is just another way that we're unique in how we want to set ourselves apart and be the best organization we can be for our members.
Yeah. All right. Very good. Well, I appreciate you sitting down and explaining that to us, because I think that's one of the most interesting things that happens here at Liberty. So that's pretty awesome.
My pleasure. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, thank you so much. All right, we are going to take our final break, and Mark Petro, Director of Sales, is standing by. We're going to talk more about that and health sharing. It is our 8th annual Healthcare Week, and we've been kicking it off here at Liberty HealthShare. We're in the lobby right off of Whipple on Hills and Dales, and we're glad that we had a chance to be able to share some of the information that we've done so far this morning. And so stay tuned. We'll be back on 1480 WHBC.
Tune in each Saturday morning at 8 a.m. for the Money Matters radio show. Hosts Bob Foudy and David Ryan help you make your money matter. Find out how today's economy, debt levels, and policies affect your hard-earned money. You've made your money. Now it's time to watch it grow. Tune in to the hour-long Money Matters radio show every Saturday morning at 8 a.m. right here on News Talk 1480 WHBC. To speak to Bob Foudy or Dave Ryan about your money matters, call New Horizon Financial Group in Canton at 330-499-1915. 330-499-1915.
Did you know that feeling sluggish or weighed down could be a sign that your digestive system isn't working at its best? Taking Metamucil every day can help. Metamucil fiber powders help promote your daily digestive health using a plant-based fiber called psyllium. The gelling action of this special fiber traps and removes waste, so you can feel lighter and more energetic. Metamucil, promoting digestive health for a better you. Learn more at metamucil.com. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
This is the story of the one. As head of maintenance at a concert hall, he knows the show must always go on. That's why he works behind the scenes, ensuring every light is working, the HVAC is humming, and his facility shines. With Grainger's supplies and solutions for every challenge he faces, plus 24/7 customer support, his venue never misses a beat. Call quickgrainger.com or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Pizza's here. Oh, great. I'd love some, but I'm worried about my stomach issues.
If you're worried about having diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose, oily stools, it may not just be stomach issues. It could be a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and talk to your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
When it comes to my lifestyle and diet, I don't always make the smartest choices.
Touchdown! Woo! Hey, how about another round and some more chips?
But when it comes to taking care of my liver, I do make one very smart choice. Active liver tablets from New Nordic. I used to have real issues with my liver, and at my last checkup, my doc was concerned about my numbers. But since adding a once-a-day active liver tablet, my gut's better, I feel great, and my doctor's happy. I ask a lot of my liver, so the least I can do to say thanks is a daily dose of Active Liver.
You ask a lot of your liver, so give it the support it needs with Active Liver. You can find Active Liver at Amazon.com or ask for Active Liver at your local CVS. Or for a volume discount, visit NewNordicUSA.com. Go to new, NORDICUSA.com, Amazon, or ask for Active Liver at your local CVS.
Drivers who switch and save with Progressive could save hundreds, which could be life-changing. I mean, you could put that money towards concert tickets for your daughter to see that singer who sings about painful breakups. And one song will inspire your little beauty to break up with that beast she's dating, Brian. Instead, she'll date someone who's nice and worthy of her love, not someone who addresses you and your spouse as bro. And it's all because you could save money switching at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in all
Wesley
states.
Financial Group is not a law firm. An important message about your timeshare from Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group.
If you receive an unsolicited phone call or mail piece to discuss selling, renting, or especially canceling your timeshare, don't fall for it. Contact your timeshare resort or Wesley Financial Group for assistance, and I'll send you our timeshare exit information kit free with the straight facts about timeshare cancellation.
Call 800-761-0000. 800-761-0000.
Paid for by Wesley Financial Group.
That's the sound of steak searing in its juices on your new pellet grill. You heard that right. The Weber Searwood Pellet Grill can smoke low and slow at 180 degrees all the way to a high heat sear at 600. With the Weber Searwood, you can cook on the direct flame over the full grate sear zone. You'll hear the gasp of amazement from friends and family when you serve the food. Cooking with the Weber Searwood Pellet Grill just sounds delicious and tastes even better.
If your Medicare Advantage plan isn't checking all the boxes, we've got great news for you. Hi, I'm Pam Cook. Thanks to your local Primetime Health Plan, achieving a 5-star rating of excellence from the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services, you can enroll with Primetime now. That's right. You can switch right now. No need to wait for the annual enrollment period. Just give them a call at 330-363-7407 or 1-800-577-5084. TTY users call 711 or visit pthp.com to learn about the variety of plans that are offered. Primetime Health Plan is an HMO POS plan with a Medicare contract. Enrollment in Primetime Health Plan depends on contract renewal. Every year, Medicare evaluates plans based on a 5-star rating system.
Week, the kickoff at Liberty HealthShare, and have been so happy to be able to bring all of this information. But we're going to just do our final segment here with the Director of Sales, Mark Petro. You apparently have all the answers, sir. You're going to need to lean up into that microphone, and then we'll be in good shape. You have all the answers, they tell me.
Well, you know, we've got a great, incredible team that actually has all those answers.
That's right. We've had some great folks on today who have given us a lot of wonderful information. But first of all, let me ask you a little bit about yourself, because I like everybody to know, you know, the folks that they're dealing with when they come to Liberty. So tell me a little bit about yourself.
Yes, and again, thanks for being here today, Pam. You know, for myself, I've been in healthcare services now for 30 years. Wow. And with Liberty HealthShare for 1 year. So I just hit my 1-year anniversary actually last week. So, you know, it was very appealing to me in researching health sharing and in particular this ministry. You know, I think there's a fantastic group of people committed to the member experience. You know, this is all about giving people the best information so they can make those important decisions with their health care. So really proud, and I can tell you I have an incredible team that I work with every day that is a big privilege for me.
That's awesome. So what are the reasons that individuals and families are considering health sharing? I mean, it's new, it's gaining momentum, but there are people who are certainly considering it every day.
Yes, they are, and it really is gaining a lot of momentum. I will tell you that, you know, health sharing is an affordable alternative to traditional insurance. And so that in itself, with the rising cost of living, let alone healthcare expenses themselves, really offers a lot of options for people for considering one of our healthcare programs. So real excited there from a cost perspective. The other piece that's very appealing to people, it is a faith-based Christian ministry. So people really do believe and align with like-minded individuals that have the same, you know, principles of living a healthy lifestyle, believe in the principle of sharing in each other's healthcare burdens, et cetera. So that also has a lot of appeal. And then finally, it's choice, because now you're not subjected to a traditional insurance model with where you go and how you go. You know, we do have guidelines. We share into eligible medical expenses, but we offer a vast network where people have a lot more choice on how they're receiving and from who they're receiving their health care services.
And we know, as we've been talking, you know, for the last 2 hours, about how scary this whole thing can be. And, you know, so how does your staff, you know, try to help people with those fears and how they make their decisions and those kinds of things?
Yes, and I will say we have a fantastic staff, and they're all committed to helping and to helping people with a solution. And how does that take place? We take a consultative approach. So we want to understand your individual, your family circumstances. Are you planning a family, for example? And so we gather all that information from you, and then we help you select a good program that would support you and your family or your individual needs. So it's really all about being consultative, and the only way that happens is truly understanding what the needs are of somebody that you're working with. And I can tell you that the staff that I work with every day, they all have a fantastic, empathetic approach. They're extremely knowledgeable about health sharing and the programs we offer, so that just makes it even a more exciting time for me and for this ministry.
So they'll ask questions and help you decide which plan's going to fit you, and that will determine your donation each month, correct?
Yes, and that's part of what we do through discovering, what the needs are through asking questions. For example, we do have a monthly contribution that comes with each one of our programs, as well as an annual unshared amount. So based on which one that we would actually recommend to you, you'll determine, does it fit my budget? And then you can make choices around your budget as well. So our team will really help you understand and guide you through that. Some people prefer to have maybe a little bit more of a monthly share that's higher and maybe a little bit lower annual unshared amount, or vice versa. So we really help understand with the member, the prospective member, what their needs really are and really what they're planning for the future. We have a lot of people that are planning families, and so how does that change, my potential choices here as I look to have opportunities with Liberty?
Yeah, and versus somebody who's 70 years old and has different needs, right?
Correct. And we actually have some opportunities to assist people that are approaching Medicare age.
Mm-hmm.
We start working with those individuals at the age of 64, and we have a great opportunity for them where they can get some gap coverage in addition to, or support in addition to what they would get from their traditional Medicare benefit.
Where, I had talked earlier about this is not just an Ohio thing. So where is this becoming even bigger than just, in Ohio?
With the new programs that we've launched, the ambassador program that Tim had recently spoke to, we're real excited about the growth we're seeing across the country. We're seeing phenomenal growth in California, Texas, Florida, Arizona, Georgia, Colorado, and right here in Ohio. So we're really pleased to see that in Ohio, we're really coming on strong from a market perspective. And, at the end of the day, we're helping people and changing more lives. So we're real pleased with what we're seeing in these big states.
So tell folks, how do they get in touch with you and, see if they want to make that decision, if this is something for them?
Yes. First, I'd like everybody to know, and the audience to know, that we enroll for the first of each month. So today, as we speak to you, we're enrolling for July 1st. I'd encourage all of you to visit our website at libertyhealthshare.org. And then you can see all the programs and all the information, and you can even enroll independently on your own. And the application process is actually no charge. So to just simply apply, it takes 23 medical questions that you'll have to answer, but it's quick, it's simple. And once you do that, we go through an approval process, and within typically 24 to 48 hours, we're able to let you know whether you've been approved for the membership. So we're there, and then also the team's available. And a lot of people do have questions. It can be complicated, so we encourage people to also give us a call, and we'll be happy to step everybody through any circumstances they may have.
All right. Thank you so much, sir, and we appreciate everyone who tuned in today. Tomorrow, I will be at Ortho United, their Oasis Surgery Center. I hope you will tune in as Healthcare Week will continue, and we appreciate everyone here at Liberty Health.